Bam. What is up with the squad? It's Session favorite our two local tendencies. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. Let's Talk Sports presents now. Joining the conversation. I'm in the middle with Coach Ro. Coach Ro, before you say anything, let me tell you this. You got me up feeling like Doughboy on Boys in the Hood. I ain't been up this early in a long time.
Either they don't know, don't show, don't care.
Oh, what's going on in the hood? I ain't fooling with you. I had to let you know that, man. I'm up early in the morning, man, fooling with you. We ain't did this in a long time.
What was Trey doing up that early? Did they show that part? Or did they just pan to the? What was going on?
Don't do that.
I'm just saying, why was he up that early?
He was up eating an apple or something. Don't do that. Don't do that. He had a rough night. He was up clearing his head.
Or was that the night after when he said, "I saw you tripping"? I saw you creeping up at me. He was like, "Oh man, that's my business."
That was the night. That was the night after. Yo, dog, let me out. That was the night after that.
Come on.
Yeah, that's all to say, right? I ain't got time for you. Okay, come on, because we only got a certain amount of time. Good morning. Y'all coming in the door. Hit the like, hit the share, because they both right there. We in the building with Coach Ro. We ain't seen you in a minute. How you been? Before we get started, how you been?
I've been good. I had a lot of things, as I told you, behind the scenes going on. Some very big task outside of this phenomenal platform. I will report to the chat family. All went well. All went good. I'm re-energized. I'm recharged. I feed off of the energy of you, the fam. I've been behind the scenes checking out different little stuff, comments. I'm gonna address some stuff tonight too, by the way. But
because we do have a special double shot. So it's a real double row 7 day Thursday here. So we got to start today and end today. So we starting early. We're gonna start with this guy and finish with him. So it's gonna be a lot of coach today. I don't know where this is gonna go. This day could get off the rails really quickly. We can get off the rails really quickly, but let's jump into it. Because there's been a lot of good hoops on. There's been a lot of good hoops on, man. And we're focused on just getting caught up with you and where your team is at, because where you're at with your teams, because we haven't had a chance to really kind of really get caught up with you on that. So let's jump in. Let's start with the Liberty, because the Liberty are in a situation that you just reminded me as we were coming on to the show, was something that you were concerned about as far as like injury. So Jonquel injured now, I think out 4 to 6 weeks. I feel like she was the stabilizer on defense and the boards for you. Like I've been saying, JJ, I'm not a Jonquel Jones fan, but I respect the game. Jonquel Jones best big in the league when she's healthy. Best big in the league. This injury I think affects the title chase, but is JJ the most irreplaceable piece on this roster?
Yes.
Dude, you wait all that time just for a yes? Like, you gotta follow that up.
I'm formulating. So I'm gonna say yes, just because you mentioned you mentioned stabilizing, and I've been saying all along, when you listen to my commentary about my team, I'm the toughest on JJ every time, because I know we've seen the potential that she has, what she can do when she's focused. She's a threat from deep. She moves her feet on defense. She rebounds the ball. But like you said, more importantly, it makes life much easier for those wing players and those shooters when you have to put somebody or possibly double team the big person down low. Right now, the games that I've seen with my Liberty, they're almost on an equal playing field with the exception of the experience, because you got shooters, ball handlers, but the X factor will be Cloud. But it's like teams are now like, hey, look, we can run with you. We can. You don't have anybody that you can dump down the ball and punish us down low or tire us out. You're not going through 2 or 3 of our bigs in the night with JJ going crazy on them. You're not pulling our big away from the rim, shooting threes with JJ. Now it's almost like, okay, let's play ball. So now it almost by default goes to be Stu playing more physical than I think she wanted to play right now. The B student shows up in the playoffs is the beast who I think is now kind of creeping up right now, as evidenced by the Valks game last night.
Well, I'm glad you brought up. I'm glad you brought up Stewie. I'm glad you brought up Stewie because so two things around Stewie. What does JJ's absence expose about this team's front court with Stewie? What does her absence expose about your team's front court? And can Stewie, now healthy, because we know Stewie had a bum knee last year, can Stewie carry the squad night in and night out?
Okay, so the first thing that it exposes is rebounding. I was just looking at it this morning. Now the Liberty are 5th in rebounding, but that's a little deceptive, and let me explain why. There's a lot of teams in the WNBA that have multiple players that crash the boards. Even guards are rebounding. That is not something that New York does a lot of. Cloud will get down there, but I am that school, not necessarily going to get down there and bang. Feebig a little bit, but as a whole, everybody doesn't just crash boards. So what this does is it exposes a little bit of that front court domination, I'll call, that New York had at the beginning of the season. What was the second question? I'm sorry, I forgot the second question that quick. Can B still hold it? Yes. So, okay. So with B
night in and night out, yeah.
All right. So I hate to answer a question with a question. I'm not looking for a response. I'm going to respond. But it's almost like, what does carrying look like to the masses? Does that mean leading in scoring or just having an impact on the game for them to win? I think she has the ability to will them to some wins, but there's going to be some nights where they're going up against somebody that's equally or more dominant. And I'm thinking of like the Asia Wilsons of the world, the DeWanna Bonners who's just been showing out as far as the bigs. She can't match shot for shot with dominant bigs like that and carry the team. It's going to be, okay, I can score with you. I'm not going to shut you down. I can have an impact on the game. But as far as carrying night in and night out, I don't know. There's going to be some games. There's going to be some games where the physical exhaustion. Look,
I'm not going to necessarily define the carrying night in and night out, Coach, as having to lead the team in scoring.
Okay.
Carrying night in and night out could mean making your teammates better, putting them in a position to make sure that they win. So now when we're talking about night in and night out, some of those nights for sure, it's going to be like, yo, Stewie, you're going to have to just go to work and be Stewie, right? Got to go be Stewie.
Right.
Some nights, will she be able to take advantage of having like a Sabali down there to be able to be able to make up what Jonquel would offer, right? To keep you guys afloat while JJ's gone.
I want to be very careful with not necessarily doing what Jonquel did, but again,
when I say that, I mean productivity wise.
Okay, and even that though, see, here's the thing: a 15-point, 10 rebound night for Jonquel can almost equate to the impact of 25 points and 15 rebounds, if that makes sense. Meaning, there's 10 points that she didn't necessarily get credit for, but she got her hand on the ball, tipped it, knocked somebody down, whatever. And then there's 5 rebounds that she didn't necessarily get to, but was like in the mix. That's the part where it's like, I think it's going to be a little difficult for Stewie to consistently do that. So to answer your question, okay, overall, yes, I think she can carry the team, but I don't think it's going to be as impactful as it could be. Just because.
Now, to be fair, I want to mention who the teams are. So, Phoenix, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Seattle, Las Vegas, Atlanta, Indiana. I think maybe if she's back around the 25th or so. I don't know the exact date. Y'all tell me.
Right. So to me, and no disrespect, but I'm circling the Los Angeles games. Those are layups to me. But we're not going to sit here and talk about the dream being a cakewalk anymore. I mean
it could still be almost Phoenix, Los Angeles, Dallas as well. Like coming back for like
Dallas, that'll be a dub. That'll be a win. But we're not going to sit here and act like Phoenix not trying to
Hold on. Wait, whoa. Mm-hmm. That'll just be a win.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on, man. See, there you go, drinking your coffee out early. Here's the thing that I want to say about Dallas. I want to point out about Dallas. Lee Yarou is fitting in Dallas. Like, they're figuring something out in Dallas. Lee Yarou is fitting in. And so her ability to pull whoever's covering her out to shoot the three could be interesting. I think it could be interesting. I think it's gonna be some games that are closer than you can expect, and because it's at Dallas. P5 could have one of them P5 type games where it's just like P5, like 1, 2, 3, J5, like that, and then they, like that.
You know what?
Hey, let's go off. But because you got a P5 there, you got a Arike Agumbawale, and then you got Lee Yarou and the supporting cast, right? So you got a big three there that you don't necessarily have a big three to match with in New York. So let me know what you think. Liberty and Gamecock fan here. I want to see more Cloud. Agree with Coach. Gotcha. Yeah. What's up, Denise? Good morning, fam.
Let me say this carefully. Dallas looks a lot like the Mystics last year.
Okay.
Because they got the bigs that can shoot. But even the Mystics last year, as you saw, the kryptonite was versatile bigs gave them major problems. So that's why I think when it comes to Stewie, I'm not going to sit here and disrespect any WNBA team, just say it'd be a domination. But the question was posed. I'm circling circling the Sparks and Dallas as dubs. Those are going to be wins.
Okay, that's cool.
But when you're talking about the dream,
okay. No, go ahead.
No, when you're talking about the dream, that's not a walk in the park. Mercury, that's not a walk in the park.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Before we move on from JJ, though, who on the bench needs to step up the most, and can they? That's what I want to know from you. Who is it, and can they?
It's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Marquesa Davis. Because, like I told you, Kennedy Burke has surprised me with the way she's been able to play. I mean, she needs to finish a little better at the rim. But I think it's Marquesa Davis. I mean, everybody else is kind of doing what I thought they would do. But I think if Marquesa Davis stepped up some more, I think that's kind of the X factor. And I know I look at different players, and y'all like, bro, what are you talking about? Stat line is not, but we need all hands on deck. When you have a championship team, you have to be able to go deep into your bench. And this is a situation where you got to go deep in the bench. Get out there and do something. When you're out there, you look like a deer in headlights. I think she needs to step up. That's my answer to that. And yes, I do agree, Denise. Cloud is the X factor, okay? And I know we're gonna get to some questions about Cloud. But yeah, and I know.
I mean, let's move into Cloud because is this where we see if Natasha Cloud leadership is real? Is this where we find out? Because let me say this, Coach. I was quick to say after those first few games, that first week, hey, did you take my team? Yeah, I took your team. Hey, listen, it seemed like it was a meeting, and they said, hey, you might have took this team, but you can't have this team. We're not going to give you this team. And it seems like they have intentionally went away from Natasha Cloud. She's not smiling like she was in the beginning. I don't know, Coach. Is this where we see if Natasha Cloud's leadership is real? Y'all let me know too in the chat. Can the Liberty survive a month without Jonquel? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the chat because we're gonna get into. Because are we gonna see a situation where it could go from tone setter to tension where Cloud is getting frustrated? Is she fading? What's going on? Let me know what you think.
So I don't think that Stewie is gonna allow that to happen. Did I notice that there was like a change of the guard? Yes, I did. I noticed right away. I Am That's Cool started taking shots and making moves that I've never seen her make before. I think she felt that the heat was on and almost responding to, no, this isn't your team. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get back into this spotlight. And if I'm not mistaken, I got to look at the game. Right when I was looking at the analysis of this, I Am That's Cool had a big game, and I was like, wow, I wonder how this is going to change. And it was one of them out-of-body experience games, and I'm like, oh, here we go. She done dropped, this many points, and sure enough, the next game came out just letting it fly and was, wasn't very productive. So I think Natasha Cloud is going to overcome it. I think Natasha Cloud is going to have to go into that locker room and say, look at here, I don't care what y'all trying to say, we need to win.
Do you think it's a slump? Is it an adjustment in the system? What is it?
I don't think it's a slump. I think it was a bit of the chemistry between those that were already there, almost like, well, yeah, we know you skilled, but you got to get into what we do. I liked the set, and it's an unstoppable play. And let me chat. It's an unstoppable play. Well, JJ was playing, but let's just say you got a post presence. Stewie's on the wing. Okay. IMS Cool's at the top. They have this play where IMS Cool dumps it down to Stewie. IMS Cool runs over to the left wing, and Cloud is already on the right wing. And as soon as IMS Cool starts breaking around to the left side, Cloud just dives to the middle, full speed, gets the bounce pass or whatever, and it's really an unstoppable play. It was a play. It was a game winner. Forget who it was. Game winning shot. They did it like twice so far. I haven't seen that play since she won that game.
Okay.
And I'm like, why are we not seeing that set anymore? Like, Natasha Cloud on the move is an unstoppable play for most guards on their heels in the WNBA because she's strong, because she can get her shot off, and because she's skilled with both hands and finishing at the rim. So, getting to your point, I haven't seen that dog in about 5 or 6 games. The way that
I personally feel like they asked her to keep the dog on the porch. I do. I think that intentionally is kind of dialed back a little bit. I know. I mean, like I'm hearing narratives where like her impact's dropped off. Has her impact dropped off? Are folks being too critical? They noticing too many little things. Good morning, Roosevelt Johnson. What's good? Coming in the door, y'all. Hit them likes for me. Hit the like and the share. Put share it in the chat after you share it, so we know that you put it out there. Let them know we talking this morning. Some people say she's trying to do too much while filling too many roles. I just feel like they went away from what was really working and letting her dominate. I don't think it's a situation like a tape out on her or nothing like that. So
I think Bondello pulled the Hoosiers, and if you've seen the movie Hoosiers, you know what I'm talking about. 4 pads is before you shoot.
I've never seen Hoosiers, dude.
What?
Seriously,
okay.
Never seen Hoosiers.
We gotta watch that. Look, but there was a part where he came in as a coach, and he was a stickler for saying 4 passes before you shoot. This is what I think happened. I think Bondello's coming down more and more saying, run this set. Before it was, hey, do what you do, basically. Gotcha. Do what you do. Okay. So
and maybe that freedom was given like while you're still kind of getting the system down. Now you in the system, let's run the system. I respect that. Okay.
But getting to your point though, you need that freeness to do that because you don't have JJ now.
I mean, okay. Listen, her numbers are down, but I still feel like her presence is felt in spots.
But there it is, in spots. What were we talking about the first 5 games of the season? Man, here come Cloud. Cloud is not playing. No disrespect. I wasn't talking about That's Cool. We were talking about
I definitely don't think that she's struggling. I think it's more like she's adjusted. Thank you, Denise, for the share. I think it's more of an adjustment.
We were talking about Cloud and JJ.
Can Cloud still be the heart of the Liberty or the engine or
absolutely?
I don't want to say the heart.
Absolutely. You know why?
Kind of making it go. She was the little spark,
No. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you this too. This is
Sean, good morning, fam.
This is a great experience for Cloud because Cloud, you're every night you getting the best from everybody. You're on the defending champs right now,
right?
So it's like I think she absolutely can, and there has to be that adjustment to every night. I got to bring 110%. I'm not saying she's not, but I think the combination of the plays they're running, the people that they're relying on their experience and situational plays, in the fray of that, I think there's some lack of going to what's a sure thing, which is Cloud.
Okay,
who can do a lot.
Coach, me and you. It's just me and you talking. How nervous? How nervous were you being at the Valks last night?
Okay, great question. I was very nervous because I've watched almost every Valks game.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what the Valks do to people. The Valks lull you to sleep, and almost everybody on their team can shoot threes. They was killing New York from the 3-point line last night. I mean, and I'm saying even when the threes weren't going in, it was just a threat of oh no.
They might. You better watch out.
And I'm gonna tell you this too.
Hey, I was very nervous because great point. They got up 35 threes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Tiffany Hayes, I don't know what the Unrivaled did for her. She got the nose guard face on now. Tiffany Hayes looked at I Am That's Cool after she got past her about 6 times last night. It was a clinic. When she turned her shoulders and went to the rim, you ever seen
I mean, Tiffany Hayes did her thing, but Kate Martin?
Yeah.
Oh, Money Martin?
Yeah. Hey, Money Martin has found a home.
What y'all want to do? She had face of the thing.
She's found a home.
4 out of 10. She took a lot of threes. 4 out of 10 though. But 4 of the most timely threes. I mean they were still like 3 short. But they gave up 7 free throws at the end that just kind of put the game out of reach. But Valks really interesting. Really interesting. I was wondering how nervous you are.
And I'll say this. You know what makes me nervous about the Valks? Although they're a new team, they trust each other. You see the trust they have out there? Like, I haven't seen anybody look at somebody after a shot like, what you doing? They trust. If you open, shoot that boy. If you open, shoot it.
Shoot it.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
What I like too, when their guards have a mismatch, they like, watch out. I don't care if you missed the layup or not. Get to the rim. Get to the rim. Go. You know what I'm saying? Because Hayes was licking her chops like, hey, look at here. I got this. What she had 15 last night.
Yeah, I believe 15.
15, 5 rebounds. Martin had 21, but and then you know what happened though? They got tired. They only played a few players last night. The Valks got tired. They only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, no, I don't think that they got tired. I felt like there was something that they could have done that would have gave them a better opportunity of winning, and that was have a Gamecock on the floor. Natasha Mehere's length and physicality and athleticism could have helped them make up them 3 points that they were trying to get done and kept them out of the defense. Teddy Eddie, what's happening, fam?
Well, Meher
coming in the door, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like and that share. Go ahead, Coach.
So I got something for you. So okay, with Meher, whose minutes would she take? She played almost 13 minutes.
It's not even about the minutes. It's just those closing seconds. The closing minutes. I'm talking about just the closing minutes. See, here's the thing. What I saw out of Natasha Meher being able to drop 30, Natasha Meher is a problem. She can guard 1 through 5. She's not scared of nothing. Shot creator. She's a scorer. She's a problem. I don't know. I don't know how come people wasn't using her before.
Right.
But I just felt like she could have been on the floor and could have helped. Would have been able to help that team, make up that, not give up 7 free throws to close it out for sure.
Yeah.
Basketball IQ as well.
I agree.
Just experience being able to close the show. But let's move on. Let's move along to the Lynx. They kind of on life support a little bit. And the only reason I say that is because Napheesa's battling back injuries, and I don't know what that means for Minnesota's chances because back is so temperamental, right? Like, is it going to get better this season? Is it going to nag? Is it going to be in and out? Are you going to have to load manage it? Like, what is that going to look like? And because earlier I was saying, I thought Kayla McBride was the most important player on y'all team. Napheesa's out, and it's like, hey, Lynx, who are you? So, as a Lynx fan, how serious are you taking Napheesa's injury news?
Well, I'm not a Lynx fan, but I don't.
I'm sorry. As a Lynx fan, how serious should they be taking her?
The panic button. Napheesa is the beginning and end for this Lynx
button.
team.
You are so silly. I apologize. Your other team is the Seattle Storm, but look, we're not talking about them today. My bad.
Hit the panic button. She is the beginning and the end of this team. we've said it subliminally all season.
Panic button. Okay.
Yeah, there was no change with this team. The only constant that you had was Napheesa, and let's be phenomenal player, but she does everything. I got one stat for you: 7th in rebounds right now. That is destroying the Lynx. That's destroying them right now. They won't stay afloat doing that.
Those of y'all who, because I know we up early, and some of y'all are gonna be catching this on the rewatch. This is a special double Ro 7 Thursday, so he's back tonight. So those of y'all that are on the rewatch, make sure you put your questions and your comments in the chat. He will be back tonight to address them. Continue, sorry. I want to make sure I get that out there. Continue.
No, I'm just gonna say, like, that 7th in rebounds and not being able to rebound. She's the beginning and end of this team. They're gonna hurt real bad right now. They're gonna be exposed.
So. Bad. Let's throw some teams in there. Atlanta and Phoenix. I sure will, fam. I will, fam. It's not right in front of me, but I will. But because you told me that, let me just, because you started the morning off like that, we appreciate the support, fam. Your favorite jam. You are so funny. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, y'all. Tribute to the cash. To the pull up. Hit the cash out.
Are they going to surpass the Lynx? Is that what we throwing these teams out?
Well, no. Whoa. I want to know. Number one, Atlanta. And how do you feel about Atlanta? And we want to talk about, when we talk about Phoenix right now, we're going to talk about Phoenix without talking about DeWanna Bonner. This is just Phoenix as currently constructed. What you see out of them. And I mean, if we look at the power rankings, I think they didn't they already pass them up?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Hey, we see what it is. What do you? I want to know what you think, though. I've said my piece.
I said at the beginning of the season that Atlanta was my sleeper team. Atlanta is one of the scariest teams in the WNBA right now. I would not want to play the Atlanta Dream right now. If the playoffs started today, I would not want to play them, because the Atlanta Dream, when you look at their team, they have everything that you want in a team that could march to a championship. Are they going to figure it out in time to do that? Probably not. They're going to face somebody in the playoffs that's probably going to outlast them. I fully predict that. Expect that, rather. But
you said who they're going to play somebody? Who? What team?
Well, I got a couple teams that would, if they matched up against, of course, my Liberty. I don't think they would be able to put out. I don't think they would be able to deal with once Vegas figures it out.
What team you said won't be able to do with Vegas or New York?
I was talking about the Dream. In the playoffs. In the playoffs,
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. If the Dream can figure out their bigs, they're a problem. They got 4 serviceable bigs.
Right.
4 serviceable bigs, coach. What other team got 4 serviceable bigs that you could put out there?
None. Because you put the word serviceable in front of it. You put the word serviceable in front of it.
Hey, you hear me?
But
I mean, Alicia Gray, here's the thing. Alicia Gray and Tahina Pow is a problem. Pow. Line them up.
So what's impressed me about Pow is playing like she's been in the league before.
Man, what they say, like
the scouting report,
like she been here before.
On her draft stock, it was saying, like good shooter, winner. But she's showing you the hezzy. She's showing you the pump fake, get to the rim. She's showing you the backdoor cut. She's showing you the lefty finish, the righty finish. When that chemistry get together, but I'm gonna tell you right now, and this young lady killed me in fantasy too. That doggone Alicia Gray, something different.
Bow. Them Gamecocks, something different.
No. Hold on. And I know I'm singing to the choir. Hold on. No. Alicia Gray is saying, look, if I'm not considered in the MVP by the end of the season, something's going on. Alicia Gray, when you put a guard on her side, she's stronger than them. When you put somebody that's smaller, that's smaller, she got a back to the basket now. Where'd that come from?
So I think the biggest question for me is Ryan Howard.
Yeah.
Ryan Howard. Will Ryan Howard keep it up? Because Ryan Howard made me have to be quiet about Ryan Howard getting traded out of there.
Ryan Howard has acquiesced. Now, I'm not gonna say I knew this, but I never,
acquiesced? Bro.
I never.
Hey, hold on. People ain't had they coffee yet. Nobody got time for acquiesce right now. It's 6:30 in the morning. Acquiesce. What?
Look. Here's the thing.
I told you it's just me and you here talking. You got acquiesce. Come on, okay, because you get ready to go to work.
I think
Nadir Velez, one second, fam. We appreciate the super chat. Did you hit oh my gosh, he turned to the side. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I'm telling you, bro.
But look, here's the thing.
Okay, so I see you, Marty, saying they're gonna rest. I think you said they're gonna rest Napheesa till the Commissioner's Cup, and then they'll need her to go to the championship, go for the championship. Okay, and then you say, yeah, you saying they could be beat. I still say they need something to contend for the title. I think you're talking about Atlanta right there. I agree. They can be beat. They're going to be fun to watch, and they can spoil somebody's dance card, I think. And then they need a player to sub-grind her out. You can't play her for long stretches. That's okay. That's what them other three bigs is about, I believe.
And here's the thing.
Denise's husband. Well, all right. Welcome, Denise's husband. Welcome. We all a fam. I love that. Good morning.
When
thank you, Denise, as well, because that's from the fam.
Whenever we talked about Ryan Howard, I don't think any of us knew what it would take for Ryan Howard to finally be impactful consistently. But it's called stat stuffing. Ryan Howard, I've always said, is a skilled player. I think she's accepted the fact I'm not going to come out here and put up 30, 40 points. But if I can give you 15, 10, 7, 4, and be a stat stuffer, or even single digits across the board, but be impactful, we can win. If she continues to do that, Atlanta's going to be a problem.
Guess what, though? You know what else could make Atlanta a problem? Tahina Papa becoming the starter.
Oh, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Oh. Ryan, be a stat stuffer.
She's a different kind of calm for them than Jordan Canada. And I kind of think that Jordan Canada could be a spark off the bench. Not that I'm trying to take away anybody's starting spot, right? Like I get it, Jordan earned that, but I just feel like the flow of the game flows different with Pow on the floor, and if she can turn the corner, perfect that to get to get in that starting lineup by the time playoffs start, Atlanta's gonna be really, really fun to watch.
I think we're going to see. It's interesting you say that because I think this is what we're going to see. I think we're going to see Pow still coming off the bench, but almost like that Vinnie Johnson effect. She's going to be like getting starters minutes. That's going to start happening.
You know, I don't care nothing about starting unless you
want to exactly. Key points in the game, she's going to be in the game.
I don't care nothing about that.
Yep, it's winning time. She's going to be in the game, and then I think eventually she will start. Well, but I think they have to hide Canada because of her defense. I think that's why Canada started.
We'll see. We'll see. I think you put her out there. You put her out there with the right combinations, and it's not a problem. So when you think about the Phoenix Mercury and your New York Liberty and your Seattle Storm, I have them as potentially being able to win it all as currently constructed. You added DeWanna Bonner to that, and we'll talk about that later. That's really a problem, but it's currently constructed because let's say, man, I got somebody for Satu. Maybe say I put JJ on Satu, no problem. I'm gonna say, okay, coach, who you putting on Kai? Who you putting on Kai? Stewie?
If they're still, we'll see. It depends if they're still playing with the lineups. I would put Feebeck on her.
On Kai. You think Feebeck got the foot speed to stay in front of Kai?
I don't, but I'm gonna. To me, I'm taking the lesser of two evils on that.
That's honest. But then because then I say, so then who guards AT?
That's where I'm putting Stewie.
Oh, barbecue chicken.
I'm just saying, like, hey, I'd rather have a
But I'm saying, but and I'm not picking on your team.
No, I get
it. Every team has that problem when you look at Phoenix. And so then when you say, the refs that they have, the players that they have around them that are shooting the ball and everything, they get to knocking that, the three ball down. Lexi Held is playing pretty well. You got they hard to guard. They got length, they got athleticism, they got experience. They, even they rookies is 30.
100%. Here's what it is, though.
And then you got Westbell. That's what I was trying to think about. Big Westbell, big sis Westbell.
You must have JJ to beat Phoenix. I'll say it again. You must have 100% motivated JJ to beat Phoenix, because JJ is going to get somebody in foul trouble. JJ is going to lean on somebody. JJ is going to make somebody have to come over and double, or somebody that's normal checking that position.
If all else fails, who's coming? They would take their chances and put AT down there.
Yes, and you know what? I would bank. You know what? I'm smiling if that happens. I'm smiling if that happens, because now you got, okay, you're not going to play bully ball with AT, but you're going to exhaust a lot of energy, AT, down there. But the key is, JJ, you got to bang. You can't be out there pulling AT once you step away from the rim. I know.
Bang with who? I don't feel nothing in my shoulders. Who you banging with? Bang with who?
But you get what I'm saying. You
got
to commit to
these shoulders. They don't feel nothing.
We have a high winning percentage if you go down there, quote unquote, in air quotes, cancel out their biggest threat as far as like interior defender, and let us work on the perimeter and take our chances with the rest of their shooters. I
got it. I wasn't gonna answer this question, but I am. How do y'all feel about white people? How do I feel? How do I feel about white people? Here's how I feel. I don't put a blanket judgment on any group of people based on anything. I judge every individual person that I encounter based on who they are. If I don't know you, I don't know.
I think that question comes from a place that you have something going on as far as like what the pigment of different people look like.
I don't know.
Question. You looking at two people that have been in different places in the world, that got friends from all over the place.
Man, you looking at people. I got white people in my family, so I'm not really clear where the question comes from. But,
right. So it's like, so to even ask that question, like, what does that mean?
That was all the time I was gonna give that. But okay, so then the unicorn gets loose, and that's the other problem. Then the unicorn gets loose. How do you feel about how Satu is playing so far this season?
You know, honestly, I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to Satu.
Fair.
I haven't paid a lot of attention to Satu.
I think that Satu did a good job holding it together while they had some key injuries. Phoenix is right where they want to be, with AT getting healthy, with Kai getting healthy, and we'll talk about a potential addition here in a minute. But
I see her numbers. She's averaging 20 points, almost 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. That's pretty good.
yeah, Satu hooping. Satu is hooping. But before we leave from Phoenix, because Fee is the anchor, I think, mentally and I think statistically, right? Mm-hmm. They say rest her to the Commissioner's Cup. Is that long enough? Because the thing about Fee is she's going at the bank. Fee.
Oh, okay.
Rest her. They should rest her until the Commissioner's Cup. But is that going to be enough? Will she be healthy? Like, she's going to have to bang. She's a 4. She go like her or not. Even though she could take, she's even on defense. Can they make noise if Napheesa Collier is only 70%? Y'all let me know in the chat.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to answer that.
No, I want you to answer it too.
I'm going to say this. If Minnesota does that, I see the wisdom in them doing that, and hoping that she comes back in and they can be like middle of the pack, and just which really would be a problem for other teams. Like, I wouldn't want to play them first round like that. I think that's the smartest move. Yes, rest her. But can she be effective at 70%? Absolutely not.
I think my thing is the commissioners till the commissioners cup long enough for the rest with the back? Is that long enough? Or does she need to rest longer?
When is the break? Right after the commissioner cut, right? For the All-Star.
What break? Okay, remember y'all, All-Star break this year ain't like how it was last year. It's a couple of days.
Okay.
It's not an Olympic break. This is an Olympic year. So you're not gonna get all those weeks. Yeah, it's right back to work. And remember that this year you're gonna play 4 more regular season games before you even try to go get a championship. So is till the Commissioner's Cup long enough?
No.
I believe if I don't believe that the back heals in the season, and I believe she's load managing from here on out.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's enough time. Because here's the thing. I mean, okay, here the secret can be out. Most teams aren't really truthful about how severe injuries are. Okay. Of course not.
You are so funny.
So
you don't say.
Right.
You don't say.
So if they're saying that rest, that means that it's probably more time needed to give her the rest. And I say, let her rest as long as she needs to rest, and you just take your chances. Like we said before, there has been no improvement in this team. They haven't made any moves to say, okay, now they're going to win the championship this year. Are they a good team? Yeah, but with their best do-it-all player, they're a formidable team. But when that person's down, you got to sit her down. You got to let her get the rest. You have to let her get the rest. You might find out something about your team. So here's something, Seth. You know, I always like to throw curveballs. What about this?
What you got?
You think there's a chance that I know what DeWanna Bonner's demands were. You think DeWanna Bonner ends up there?
No. Do I think DeWanna Bonner ends up in Phoenix? Is that your question?
No, I asked you think she'll end up in Minnesota.
In Minnesota? No. Yeah. You know how come? Remember, her agent already came out and said, don't pick her up off waivers. She only going to 2 places. DeWanna Bonner probably been in Phoenix since the last day she was in Indiana.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm glad you're talking about
it.
Let's
talk about segment. It. Let's go. That's the last segment. That's the one we wrapping with. Let me see. I just hope when she comes back, she's healthy. I don't actually care about the Commissioner's Cup.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think anybody who is in pursuit of the WNBA championship should be worried about the Commissioner's Cup. So I'm with you. Take the time that you need to get healthy because I don't want no excuses when they don't win it again. But I just don't want no excuses.
How do you feel about, and I know this is a way bigger story. How do you feel about Bonner right now forcing her way to Phoenix? You, Cess.
I don't think that she forced her way to Phoenix. That's not what I feel like happened. I feel like, I'm going to be honest. I feel like DeWanna Bonner, and this is based on my research, reading the articles, and our conversations earlier yesterday in the chat. DeWanna Bonner had a relationship with Stephanie White. Called up, hey, I'm going back to Indiana. Indiana, here I come. Do you want to go? Sure. You know my system. You could come. It's kind of like Kenny the Whisperer taking Georgia Amore with him to Kentucky. Come, you can be the extension of me on the floor. Help teach my system, all of that, right? But then you had Aaliyah Boston and Lexi Hull go to Unrivaled. And Unrivaled expanded and opened up their game. It gave them some confidence and opportunities to show off some stuff that they could do in Indiana that I don't know Indiana was ready for them to be able to do right now. So while you thought you were going to run one system, when you actually got here and saw the actual resources, that wasn't the best system to run. So now it's like, yo, DeWanna, if that was what I was going to do, it works for you. But now I'm doing this, which is more kind of running gun and kind of they letting Caitlin draw some of the defenders. She's kicking it out into Boston. Like you got some of that going on, and that's not DeWanna's game. So it just didn't work. So it's no hard feelings, but I'm also a 2-time champion, and I don't have that much time left in the game. I came here to start and be a part of this. That's not what I'm doing. Let me move around. I also feel like in Indiana, there's a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes, and I don't know how much Stephanie White is really even involved in the every day-to-day stuff, just because what she's got going on in her personal life, with her and her mate both dealing with, ailing parents. It's a lot going on. So I tried, it didn't work. I'm out. No hard feelings. Wish y'all the best. I'm gonna go see where I can go. The next best place I want to be is trying to help my fiance get to a championship. So if I'm gonna take my talents anywhere, I'm going there. I'll fit there. And I played in Phoenix before, so why not go back home? I won 2 there. I believe she won her 2 in Phoenix. So it's a return home. So it all makes sense. I got waived. It's not $200,000, so it's not about the money. I'm gonna sign for the veteran minimum, and even if I don't start, at some point you can put a lineup on the floor that's, like Rob said, Kai Copper, DeWanna Bonner, AT, Satu, and I don't know whoever else you wanted to put out there. I can't even think of who it would be, but who's dealing with that?
So, are there any chemistry questions that you would have based off of how they're playing now? You got the unicorn. You got everybody kind of showing out right now. We all agree.
No, you can't. You can't come in here and interrupt that.
Okay.
You can come in here and contribute to that.
Now let's go.
You're not coming here to. So to me, if I'm Phoenix, I'm not promising her that she's coming here to start every game. We're gonna play our personnel based on lineup and performance and practice.
The effect that it has on AT.
What effect do I have on AT? Other than if I was in practice, AT probably would have smacked me because I would have been cracking jokes. Okay. Oh, mama coming home, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't hang out no more. You know me, I'm in there, I'm cracking jokes. I'm having fun. AT, I mean, it's a life she lived before. For them to be really like on the adult side of it, not being funny about it, like the conversation that they probably had. I'm going to try this. If it doesn't work, the next best thing to do is here. To me, it wasn't like it was a breakup or nothing. That had been working for them for years.
So
I don't think it has an effect on AT.
Flash forward. Let's flash forward.
Let's go.
Liberty versus Phoenix finals.
Liberty Phoenix finals. Yeah.
We add Bonner. Bonner has to be in a lineup. Who's your 5 on the floor? Whereas, like, there's no way anybody can deal with this, but Bonner has to be a part of it.
It don't matter.
Finals
Here's the thing. What I already told you that it don't matter who I put on the floor, because I already told you that when I put the other 3 before she got there on the floor, y'all couldn't deal with it. So it doesn't really matter. But since that was the question, I'll give you a lineup. I'm gonna give you a lineup. Give me a minute. I'm gonna give you a line up. You hear me? Hold on. Because I really don't think it matters.
No,
because I think that the IQ, the defense, the scoring, and the length that Bonner could bring, and you have to put her in a situation where you're not expecting her to go run up and down the court like that, in a run and gun. But you also got a Kalani Brown that you could come into the game with too to deal with a Jonquel and all of that. So let me see. Thomas. Copper. You said Bonner got to be in the lineup. So Copper, Bonner.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Marty Holmes. Thanks for the input, but I just said situational winning time. She's on the floor. We're just doing like a scenario.
DB.
Not saying
we know DB ain't starting. We know she ain't starting.
I'm sorry, you got to start over. I didn't hear what you said. You said Thomas
and Mac.
Who was it again? I'm sorry because I interrupted you.
Copper, Bonner. You said Copper. You said Bonner got to start. Copper,
Bonner got to be in.
Sabali, Thomas, and Mac.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. That's a nasty winning time lineup right there. That's a nasty winning time.
If nothing else, it's just so much length. You know what I'm saying? So much length.
Yeah, that's That's a nasty winning time lineup. Nasty.
So, just they hard to guard. When I'm looking at them, and then because the other thing is that you got Sammy Wickham coming in there. They got Sammy Wickham out there like Sammy Jordan. Wickham, she glided across the lane shooting one-leggers, man. Sammy Wickham is 40. You hear me? So you got Sammy coming in with all that experience off the bench. You got Kalani Brown. You could come in with Koa Makani is having a great start as a rookie. Somebody else. Laxa been playing well. McConnell, I think, is out hurt. Musa, we'll see if Musa sticks around. And then, you got Catherine Westbell too, shooting the ball.
So I'm gonna ask this. I know we got a few minutes. I gotta ask. Do you think that the CC effect had anything to do with Bonner saying, I'm out of here? I can't do this.
Want
me to clarify more?
I don't know. I don't know that anything actually happened. I know people are saying like CC got DeWanna Bonner benched. I think that I can't think of the young lady's name is starting over that was starting over DeWanna. Is it Lexi? Did Lexi take her?
Yeah.
I think Lexi took her. Lexi's playing hella basketball right now. I told y'all Lexi went to Unrivaled and turned into something. So I don't think that the CC effect is the reason that she left, but I would be lying if I said, she was like, I ain't got to deal with that. That's one extra thing I don't have to deal with. Like, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. But I don't think it was somewhere she was like, I'm not. I think walking into that, especially with everything with as long as she's been in the game, you know what I mean? Like, I think what you're walking into, especially after what you watched last year.
I was shocked, Cess. I mean, I think we was watching the game. I was shocked when I saw how uncomfortable Bonner was when CC was hurt. The way she was playing. She didn't look like herself.
Well, because I don't think because she was trying to play a system that they weren't running.
Yeah, she was shooting air balls. I think, she just looked uncomfortable. Is she at the point in her career where she's a great? Well, yeah, I'm answering that question. She's a great piece to a very good system right now. To me, in her career right now, very serviceable piece to a very good team that's contending for a title. I think on paper, and I'm guilty of it. Remember, I said it. Woo, what a signing to get Bonner. But I was expecting the Bonner from the past couple of years, even 70% of that. And that didn't happen. So, yeah. But on paper, it looked real good. And now, was it Bonner saying, look, I know I'm here, but I'm watching this, and I'm better than some of these players, and I need to get more time?
I mean, we could say that DeWanna Bonner didn't look good, right? We could say, man, DeWanna didn't look good. But DeWanna was still averaging 15.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 1.2 steals. I mean, that may not be DeWanna Bonner at her peak years, but who can't use that in the starting lineup or off a bench, especially within her IQ? What'd you say?
Is that a deceptive number? Didn't that number rise up when CC was hurt? Because she was playing more.
Let's take a look. I mean, as it should, right?
Yeah.
The more time I got on the floor, it should go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I would have to look. I don't want to say for sure that she was that she played more minutes when CC went out.
Yeah.
That I don't remember.
Interesting, because I mean, on paper it looked great. You remember, I was like,
I mean, yeah, her minutes went up some, but I mean, she hasn't played since the 10th of June, so CC was out for part of that time too, I believe. So,
was it ugly, you think, or was it like what I understand? Bonner's phone call with the agent, was it like, look, she, or was it kind of like, hey, you know what, no harm, no foul, we're gonna find the best place for you? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not starting. I ain't about to do this. See what they talking about. That's what I came here for. I was a starter.
Okay, look, I know we
and I mean, I don't think that, I don't think it was ugly. It was like, yo, see what you could get for me. I know it's going to be hard to trade me because I got a $200,000 salary. So I'm willing to waive that and sign for the veteran minimum. Let me go. Just respect.
So Cess,
I just think out of respect.
Let's have some fun. What was her first conversation with AT when it was like, I got to get out of here? How did it go?
It wasn't a conversation. It was a text.
It was a text. What did the text say?
Yeah.
What did it say?
That's what it said. Do you know how to spell it? SMTCH. That's what it said. What? No, I think that I mean, I don't want to speculate. I think that they've been in this business a long time. I think it probably, the writing probably was on the wall. I think for them to be fiancés, if they're dialed in, how I believe that they're dialed in, they probably have been in communication throughout this, especially being able to pour back into each other and support each other. So, I believe this probably was a decision that they made together.
Yeah.
Like, if they are who I think they are, hey, what you think? Because it could be, and I might have to move around, and if that 200 might not hit this year.
Right.
So what does that mean? What does that look like? How do we do? Right. What do we know? So hey.
Yeah. So she probably hit AT up like, what you think? AT like, look, you gotta do what's best for you. I got the load.
They make that decision. Absolutely. Yeah. Asia hit the 5,000 points. That was fire.
Wait, Benny G. What is Benny G saying? Is CC's playing style more the issue than CC's personal issues with DB? What personal issues?
I think it was playing style.
Yeah.
I think that they decided to go on a different playing style.
Yeah.
I think it was ugly only because she would have just kept playing instead of sitting out. I think that here's the thing. I think that she wanted to contribute. If I'm still playing here's the thing. If I'm still playing at this stage of my career with 2 championships, and now I've made the decision now to be away from my fiance and have the kids separated or however that's working out, right? Not everybody all together, how it was appearing on social media. All of these things that I've made the decision to come here to be able to contribute in this organization for, and now I'm just sitting on the bench. Those sacrifices aren't worth it for me at that point. If I'm not starting, if I'm not going to be able to contribute in a way that makes me feel, look, see, feel. I told y'all, look, see, feel. That's where people is at in life.
That's a great point.
Look, see, feel. So that sacrifice, it's not worth it for me at that point.
Yeah, that's
so. A great point. I don't think that it has to be ugly. It just has to be professional. You have to. Right. It does. Nothing has to be ugly. You have to be transparent. Hey, it was worth it. If I was finna be really getting some run out here, going through all of this and doing this. But if this what it is, man, I can do this in Phoenix. I can do this in Atlanta. I can do this somewhere else where I have more support and a better atmosphere. Right. It ain't nothing to do when I get off. I ain't talking to nobody. I ain't running. Like, let me hoop.
Yeah.
I love the Valks and Liberty game. Before we get out of here, close you out with rapid fire. Who's your WNBA MVP front runner right now?
Alicia Gray
or somebody else?
Alicia Gray.
Is Paige Beckers a top 5 rookie this season? Yes or no?
Top 5 what?
Top 5 rookie this season? Yes or no?
Yes.
If DeWanna Bonner signs with one team other than the Phoenix Mercury tomorrow, who should it be?
Vegas.
Which coach is closest to the hot seat right now?
I'm going with what's her name at the Fever? I'm still going with her.
Okay. Are the Liberty still your title pick with Jonquel out, or you jumping ship?
Yes, they're still my title pick. Yes.
We appreciate y'all pulling up and hanging out with us. Coach, it's fun, man. We back 6 a.m. Now joining the conversation. We get things back, crunk back up. Coach is back tonight at 9 o'clock. For those of y'all on the rewatch, put your questions and your comments in the chat. Make sure you like, share, comment. We appreciate it. If you didn't hit the like on the way in, hit the like and the share on the way out. Coach, what you got before you get ready to go?
I'm just gonna say, hit me up, Coach Ro Official on all platforms. I'm back. See y'all tonight. We got a lot to talk about. We got some trash talk and this fantasy to talk about. Whooped on Cess. Talk about that later. But
oh yeah, I gave you your props. I gave your props all week. Hey, Bookie, good morning. Good morning, Bookie.
Now you want to jump on. Husband jumped on. Now you want to jump on at 7:00.
That was not Danae's husband. What are you talking about? Look at you. You done married this woman to somebody else. That was Denise's husband. What are you talking about?
Denise's husband.
Whoa.
Shaking off the rust.
I see. I see. Now you owe people apology.
Thanks y'all though for the support though. The Coach Ro official. Keep hitting me up. Keep following. I got a whole lot of stuff coming your way. Thanks, Cess, for your support too. It's all good. Sorry, Denise.
You gave that woman husband away in front of her. You a cold piece of work, man.
And I owe y'all a lot of stuff, and I'm working behind the scenes. I got some stuff coming for y'all for Cess Talk.
So yeah, Coach Ro is back later today. Be on the lookout. I got some videos dropping. I don't know. I may be back. I may be back in just a little bit. We'll see. We got to do some college hoops talking. Coach Ro is back at 9:00 tonight, which is going to be kind of right at the end of one game and before another game starts. So it should be some fun.
What's college hoops? I'm getting all my suits ready.
Oh man, please get your suits ready. So
all my suits pressed.
We are trying to get a group together to go to the Cess Talk Sports meet up at the PMAC. We trying to go to Louisiana to the LSU game. So go Tigers. We gonna make you take us down there. Yeah, we coming with our game pack gear on. Too. Oh my God. Yeah, Big Chloe man got drafted, went to Toronto Raptors. Congratulations, CMB. Y'all know what it is. Be on the lookout for the next notification. Y'all have a great day. Coach Ro, Cess Talk Sports. Until next time, y'all stay tuned. Talk soon.